Capricorn, I'm hearing that song, Put Your Head on My Shoulder. It's an old song, something to do with trust, something to do with needing to build a new idea in place, something to do with a sense of feeling of being loved again. Perhaps in this way we'll see what is in store for you. Let's have a look. Remember that all questions that have been there in a place within your mind, body, soul, and spirit has already been echoed through the reality, the ethers of your nature, for me to be able to read that energy for you in here. Therefore, there is no time. It is essentially timeless. Welcome to the Arcana Veil. We're looking at the invitation here. You're getting an invitation. We're looking at change. We're looking at nurture. The three energies are actually explaining something very clearly here with regard to that same song. I'll tell you something. I was re-recording you just before this, and there was so much noise in the background that actually made the reading sound like I was giving you a comical version of you. And that is simply not acceptable. And perhaps the invitation is to decide where you're going to place your head. Where will you place your trust? And in what will you trust going forward? You are invited here cordially to change the way that you nurture yourself. This is the frequency of the Capricorn that is required here. Let's have a look for you. You have the High Priestess underneath the invitation. You have the Six of Swords here, leading you out of that which has caused you perhaps a lot of discontent, sense of energy. We have the Eight of Wands here over the nurture, where you're starting to come into an alignment with yourself truly for who you are. It is speed that is at your feet. Nine of Cups here. You are, after all, I'm turning, this didn't fall. This is the King of Swords. I'm taking it as it is. There is a nature of a frequency that seems to be challenging your energetic field and your earthly nature of your cardinal abilities to set foundations in place, to set the cornerstone of societies. Remember, your earthly element is that which is the dominance over water and earth. In other words, you are the between the heavens and the realm and the earth itself. And in that way, you are the one that is supposed to feel that you can set through time laws to bring it back into place for yourself here. I'm seeing the High Priestess definitely showing that this invitation is not a physical one, but a spiritual one that perhaps is more internal for you. You may have dreams perhaps coming towards you at some point. You're going to be reminded about certain things that you need to take notice of within your deeper nature. We are seeing the Six of Swords here as moving away from that which has caused you to doubt your trust in your own nature. Your nature, remember, as I said, and I'll repeat it again, you dominate the water and the earth. And that means that there is earth underneath the water as well, which means that is what is used, the mortar is used to build foundations of societies to go forward in time. You have Saturn as your archetypal support, that which pushes you forward to project laws into existence. And in this way, you're being shown that this change that you're seeking to have within your deeper consciousness, which you can experience within, is going to happen rather fast. Eight of Wands here, you're ready for it. Long time ago already, I hear. You're raring to go. We have the Nine of Cups here, symbolizing that which is on the feminine principle with regards to your consciousness, that which is in the nature of what you nurture. Perhaps you are involved in family matters around you, and your focus is really on nurturing this little baby, this energy that is inviting you to find that true essence back again. Think of it as Saturn sending you a love letter and saying, hey, Capricorn, come back and let me help you set these things in place. Are you in or out? And you seem to accept that nature within the truest part of your spirit in order for you to, King of Swords, set it in motion. Now the card fell out upright, but I accidentally turned it in upside down or in inverted, which means that there are things on the outside that may actually spin your cardinal needle back and forth, making you feel like you can't really establish the fully groundedness of what it is that you're trusting. And so, yet in the energy it says here, 8 of Wands, here you have the ability of the air to establish that frequency going forward. It is in your nature. It is already potentially here for you to experience that. Let's have a look and see about this energy for you in the shadows of the underworld, there where you will mine out from that the place that could be perhaps your pocket reality. I hear that as well, in which you can take out good things that you need to put in place. Let's have a look. The star underneath the high priestess. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I've just told you. You've been given the invitation to accept, to fulfill noises again, because it's obviously something that is on your mind, to set that path in place. 6 of Cups here, 6 of Swords. There's an emotional and a physical, mental conflict between those two frequencies, 6 and 6 here. It's also the sign of carbon, if there was another 6 involved. So in that case, you're also being reminded that you're definitely going to set a record in place here. There's the sea in the background, there's water there, and there's earth underneath that, and earth there. In other words, you're in control of that frequency here, in which you're able to set that record straight. I'm hearing you're setting the record straight for yourself inwardly. I think you're going to be doing perhaps a spiritual journey of some sort. Page of Pentacles underneath the 8 of Wands here, definitely to do with setting in new financial abundance for yourself. The previous reading that was messed up due to disturbances suggested that you were basically going through a process of establishing what is real, and how to establish that reality needs to be done from within. It also means that you have to know that you're going to be going into an alliance that will be of support to you going forward. There is a certain frequency that you're struggling with, which could perhaps be a lot of water in itself, because it does move the earth around a bit in the water. You can see if you throw sand in a glass of water and you stir it around, it does move the sand around a lot, and it does tend to create a little bit of chaos there in the mind. So you're being shown to be in control and harness those 8 wands as something that actually becomes one wand, so that you can actually have it as a staff, so that you can find your path going forward. So you have a staff that leads you by the power of 8 wands in your consciousness here. Let's see the 9 of Cups. We have the 7 of Cups underneath it. It's a little bit of sadness, as maybe you're missing your family perhaps. There's also a little bit of feeling like you're wanting to get things done, but you're feeling like you're not that good, or you don't feel you're better, and don't feel you're good enough. We have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. You're in direct contradiction with yourself. So this means that you are essentially doubting the ability to become something better, because you think that this is exactly where you're supposed to be, but you can become even more. This is what this alliance, this message is about new way of nurturing yourself. Can we see on the outcome here for you, and to bridge this, we have the Tower over the Hierophant and the Star. Again, the noise in the background. Clearly when the Tower comes, I actually see that you're setting the Tower up in place. Something that happens for you, that you are breaking away from things that you used to believe in. Let's see some more here. I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles over the 6 of Swords and the 6 of Cups here. Definitely getting something out of this process. For some of you, you may actually move away from something and it definitely then starts to pay off. So I think you're busy. If you're doing any investments or something like that, don't be too fast, too hasty to invest too quickly, because it first has to move out of the frequency before you can invest on it. This is something that's just come up. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what the energy shows here. You have free will to decide how to treat this. Okay, let's see the following here. We have the sun here. I love this for you because this means it's coming to light for you, that this is where your path is. The path towards the new way of experiencing yourself is through the sun, which is a solar energy of the masculine force, which is within the heart energy, much like that of a lion as well. And you're going to add that frequency into your nature so that you're able to move forward into a much more seeing everything for what it is. Interestingly enough, like I said, there was a lot of moons in the previous reading. So the sun definitely tells me that you are ready to establish being more visible and true to your true self. Final card for the outcome for you. Okay, more came out. We have the death card here. The Empress. Oh my gosh, what did I say? Death. Maybe someone's passed away for you. 10 of Swords, my condolences if you've been close to them. We have the Queen of Wands here. The Empress, the Queen of Wands, and the 10 of Swords here, definitely laying down a foundation that is very much related to establishing your own capabilities, your own skills. You could be choosing something different in your pathway. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the background. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you've had to remove all of this debris out of your energy field. It does relate a little bit to the past. Old stuff from the past that's not fully cleared out. There's a lot of smoke around that. But the energy shows me that you're definitely pushing that energy out, because maybe that's what was blocking perhaps the progress from going fully forward in the way that your soul is meant to be. Your spirit is what is revealing the frequency here for you so that you're able to set a new pathway in place. Remember, like I said, you are the cornerstone of a society, of a frequency that establishes things in a lawful manner. And therefore, you're very prominent within the nature of the realm itself. You have the Saturn frequency that sets things in motion, destroys old beliefs to bring in new beliefs and to cement it into actuality. This is essentially a very powerful process for you to go through right now. Some of you may not feel it to be that powerful, but it does have its lasting impact in your life path for some time. Will you accept the invitation to change yourself, change the way you nurture yourself, and to do this from the heart as opposed to that which is on the outside of you? I will leave this with you. I hope this has been helpful in some way, shape or form. If you enjoyed how I read, please remember to like, share and subscribe. Capricorn, this was your reading. Until next time.